Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me, something really chill, simple. I need to get ready and shoot some content today. I'm actually a little short on time because I've been trying to figure out my mic. I've had some mic issues these past few videos, but I think I finally figured it out. Now we're going to go ahead and jump into it, try to make this a sort of quick look, use some old products I used to love, and then try something else out today. So that's what we're going to be doing. If you guys are interested, then definitely keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my videos and enjoy them, and also hit that post notification bell. That way you're notified every time I upload. So if you want to see what I'm getting into today, hopefully we do this quick, then let's just go ahead and hop on into this video. I have this Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation. I have not used this in, I don't know how long. I did a video on it forever ago, you guys. Like back when I had super dark hair and I lived in my apartment. We're talking way back, right? I don't think I've tried it really since then. I don't believe it like wowed me. Can't truly remember. It has been so long. I mean, I've been doing YouTube for like a decade now, so I can't remember all the products that I use, but I have a feeling this one's gonna be too dark, so we're gonna try a little something. I have the LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment, so if this is just way too dark, this is in 4N, then we will see if we can spray it on the back of the hand and mix in this product to make it a little bit lighter. And then I just have a few different products that I want to use. I have my CHATTY Beauty Volume 1 palette. This is the Texture Neutrals. We have a Makeup Revolution Roxy collab. This is a really great palette. The Morphe bronzer, another highlighter. I don't know why I love bronzers and highlighters so much, but I do. And we're also going to try out that Pat McGrath concealer again, because if you watch that horrible foundation review that I did, I used it then, but like I didn't dislike the concealer. I only really disliked the foundation. So first things first is we're going to prime. I'm going to use my regular primers. I haven't even primed yet. I did go ahead and apply this Clinique Moisture Surge right here to my forehead, because if you followed me for a couple videos, my forehead's been really dry, so I needed something like this, and it's been really great. I'm just going to take some primer water, whatever I have here, and then Tatcha Silk Canvas as always. This primer is so good. We are going to move into this Dior foundation. Like I mentioned, this is in the shade 4N, so it might be a little too dark according to the can. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not going to spray this directly on my face whatsoever. I don't like doing that. But I will spray it on my brush. This is the IT Cosmetics brush for Ulta, and it's the airbrush brush. I'm going to just stamp. This actually might be perfect. I don't think we need a foundation mixer because I have this KKW body foundation on again in the shade medium. So if you're wearing the shade medium in that, I think this foundation will be okay. But I still like, I don't know, I just don't see what the hype is about this foundation. You know, like there's so many other good foundations. I have to shoot some content today, so this needs to look good. I can't be getting played by my foundation. I don't know why I decided to try another foundation today. I'm not loving it. Not loving it. Why did I purchase this again? Oh my gosh. We're moving on. I'm going to take this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I'm actually going to just put a little bit on top with I'm going to use this brush too. I'm just going to put it in the areas I need a little bit more coverage that this Dior foundation is not covering. And if you watch that video, my favorite way to apply this foundation was with a brush. It just looked really smooth and effortless. How do you guys like to apply this? I mean, I'm not applying it directly on my face. If that's like the only way to get full coverage, I ain't doing it. Let me know if you love it and how you apply it if you do love it, because I'm so curious. And I'm kind of in a rush today, so if I seem a little bit like pew, 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 that's why. Foundation is on. Now we're going to go back into that Pat McGrath concealer that I've tried before. I actually did like it. I didn't have a problem with it, and in that video I wasn't like, oh my god, this concealer sucks with the foundation. It was just the foundation that I knew sucked. A ton of product comes off on this applicator, like a ton. So just keep that in mind. It's pretty easy to blend out from what I could tell when I had blended it out on my bare skin. So taking my e.l.f. sponge, as always, just gonna work this out. It's supposed to be a full coverage concealer. Love anything full coverage, as you know. Shade I'm using is in the shade LM10, which I think is perfect. I definitely wouldn't go any lighter. I think it looks pretty good. Like this concealer is nice for sure. Very full coverage. I could have totally went in with less product, but here we are. Oh, let me tell you guys about today. So today has actually been a very productive day. So I had my Mercedes taken to the dealership because the back tires were bald. And mind you, I just bought this car like not even a year ago. I bought it right before I had Mason, so maybe like in June or something. I was so excited about it. I've always wanted this car. And I had no idea that you have to replace this car's tires, like this specific car from Mercedes, constantly. I had told Davis every time it rained, like my back tires, like my car just felt like it was hydroplaning over like the littlest amount of water. It made me uncomfortable, and it takes a lot for me to feel uncomfortable with hydroplane, to be honest with you, because I can handle a situation like that. Like my instincts, like I've hydroplaned a few times before, and you know, I don't like freak out and overcorrect, but you know, sometimes you can't control it, right? I went to my car in for a service because it was due for a service. I was like, okay, well, I'll just let them know that I'm like a little worried. They did my service, got back to me, and they said that everything was fine, nothing with the computers or anything, which I was like, okay. And then they said I needed new tires, and I was like, okay, I'm sure I need new tires. You know how you go to the dealership and you're like, yeah, whatever. You know, people try to upsell things. Time goes by and it just gets worse. I mean, it's probably been a couple weeks now. It hasn't been like 5 months. I was like, you know, let me look really deep into these tires. My back tires were like almost bald. The front were not, they didn't have a lot of tread on them either. I was like, what the heck? I called and I made an appointment as soon as possible. I was like, listen, I need these tires done as soon as possible. All 4 tires had to be replaced. All 4 tires. So I was like, why does it have to be replaced? And he said, it's just because that type of car that you have is just so heavy. The longest I've seen tires on that car last is 16,000 miles, and that's pushing it. I could not have gone 16,000 miles. My tires would have been just so roasted so bad. But I was like, what? You're joking. Like, why don't you guys like tell people this when you're buying the car? I mean, I get it. You don't want to tell people because you want to make the sale, but like, that is awful. Needless to say, I had to buy all 4 tires today, which was not cheap, and I do not want to do this every 10,000 miles. To sum it up, especially because obviously Davis is in the military. I'm driving a lot. When we lived in New York, I drove from New York to Georgia all the time. Never had an issue with my Tahoe, nothing like that. I'm probably going to sell that car and just get a whole new one or trade it in. Something made me so mad. I was like, dang it, why? Oh, I love that car. That's what sucks about it, but that's kind of like my issue today is like, great, I have to figure out what I want to do car wise, because it truly is so dangerous, like how bald they get. I've never experienced that before, so I was like, there's no way it can be the tires. There's no way it could be the tires. I've never changed tires this quickly. Like usually it's at least 50,000 miles. There's my car talk for the day. I guess I'm just like slightly irritated about it because I invested in this car. That's okay. You live and you learn. So if you're looking to buy my car, the kind of car that I had, just know those tires, they ain't lasting. They ain't lasting. If you're driving long distances, I wouldn't recommend it. So I have these new matte blushes I actually shared before. This one's pretty. This is in Cheeky Devil. It's the Glow Play blush. I've used one of these other colors before and I really love it, so I'm going to use this too. Oh, I don't think I mentioned my bronzer. So the bronzer I used was the Glamour Bronze Face and Body Bronzer, the Megastar from Morphe. I don't know if they still sell that, but it's a great bronzer, like very warm. And I'm going into the Makeup Revolution Roxy Collab palette, and I'm going to take probably this shade right here and just slightly contour. I want you guys to tell me your favorite car you've ever had. My favorite car I have ever had is my Rubicon. And most of you know we sold that, but I decked that baby out. I loved her. She was just the most beautiful Jeep I've ever seen. Her name was Carmen. She just had these giant like tires on her. And when I got pregnant with Mason, I was just like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to take all this stuff off that I worked so hard for. So we sold her and I miss her so much. That's like my top car, and I felt so safe in that car too. Like, you always hear if you get in a wreck in a Rubicon or Jeep in general, you're usually fine because it's such a sturdy car. It's really safe. That one day I'll get another Jeep. If you're looking for a good car, a Rubicon is like where it's at. It is where it's at. If you don't follow me on my vlog channel, then you would not know this, but this year is another year of change. So last year, obviously had Mason. We moved back to Georgia, all this other stuff. And then this year we will be leaving Georgia at some point. Not exactly sure the date, but we will be leaving at some point. So it's so hard to believe that we probably won't be coming back to Benning after this, like ever, unless, you know, Davis requested or something, but it's not like in the near future. So it's hard to believe that this is like the last time we'll be kind of like close to home. I know a lot of people are like, why'd you buy a house if you knew you were gonna move? We knew we were gonna move, you know, fairly soon, but it was a really good investment. So it'll really pay off once we leave and we sell this house. It'll be a great investment for us. So it was a great move on our part. I would much rather buy a house than rent a house. Like, we bought a house, you sell it, had a good investment, instead of wasting all your money renting. I wasted so much money renting when I was younger that I just don't want to do it again. We also were on post at Drum, so again, that's renting as well. We knew that we wanted to do something different, so we bought this house, absolutely loved it. We've kind of decked it out into what we love, and so selling it to someone, I feel like it's gonna be like even better for them. I don't know, I'm gonna miss this house a lot. Is it my dream home? No. It's not my dream house because it's not beautiful. It is beautiful. I love this house, but I have like different land preferences. Like I have so many different things that I want for a forever home. Like we want to build, so it's kind of cool to go back and forth between houses in different states with different prices, different land. I mean, you just get to really see what you do and don't like about certain houses. Whenever Davis decides to get out of the Army, whenever, you know, we come to that agreement, we'll build a house that is our forever dream home and be done with it. You know what I mean? So that's why this is not a dream home or a forever dream home, but this house has made me realize things I want and don't want. This house kind of had like the same living room type deal that my old house had. You guys remember my first house? I sold that and I did make money off of it. But if you remember that house, it kind of has that same living room layout, and I want like this grand open living room, like not grand where it's like chandeliers everywhere. I don't care about the chandeliers. I just want an open concept, super open, so if I'm in the kitchen I can see what's going on in the dining room and like chit chat, and just like an open welcoming space. I've learned that a lot because even moving into this house, I don't know, I guess I didn't think that it would be much of a difference. I'm gonna go in with this color. This is Chatty's palette. I guess I didn't think they were super similar, but once we got in, it was very similar. And then of course our house at Drum that we had on post, so you know they're all the same, but it had the same kind of small living room and everything. I used to think I didn't want open concepts, but now I do. I want an open concept, but like obvious rooms. I would love a dedicated just office, not a filming room, not a photo room, but an office. And I know that sounds really weird to have all those different spaces, but the way I work, I have to have separate spaces to get stuff done just because I have so much on my plate. Like if I sat in here and I filmed and then my computer was right there and I had to take photos over there too, it's just a lot. And my brain, like my creativity just isn't there. I walk into my room where you guys see the shoes and I take a lot of Instagram photos. I get inspired when I walk into that room too, but then I get inspired when I walk in here. It's just completely different vibes, and you know, they're used for different things. So to some people it's like really unnecessary. I mean, that's why some people get like offices outside of their house, or they have studios, you know, if they're in LA or something, because you just need that separate space. I'm grateful to work from home though. Let's not get it twisted. I love it. But when you work from home, you have to learn what your groove is. Like I've said, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and I have to have separate spaces for different things. And like Rosy Days has to be done in a different room. I can't do it in this room. Hopefully that makes sense and doesn't sound like snooty or anything. It's just like, even when I get to go to Rosy Days and work, which I never do anymore, but before I had Mason and I could go to the warehouse and actually work and like sit in an office and get stuff done, I would get so much done. I'm going in with Sequin Ritual. I love these browns, and I'm just going to toss this in my outer V. I guess I started going into all that because Davis and I are getting farewelled tonight. I don't know if I told you guys that, but so you have hell and farewells when you go to different posts because Davis is starting another school and he'll be out of there soon. So you do them every now and then to like welcome or say goodbye to people leaving your unit. So we're getting farewelled, and it's like, oh God, it's becoming more real that we will not be here. And then Mason will have another house. I can't talk about it now because I think about it, it's kind of emotional that like this is his first home and like we made his nursery here. Okay, I can't talk about that anymore because I'll start crying. It's not that I'm gonna absolutely miss it and like I would stay here forever just because of that, but it's just crazy to think. Next up, I'm gonna take Metallic Soothe, I'm sorry. And I'm just going to put this in my inner corner. I want something a little bit more subtle, nothing too crazy. Like I said, I'm taking some photo content today. I'm actually working with Just Fab, and I love it. I love working with them. They have such cute shoes, and it's so easy just to style everything. Oh, you know what's funny is, okay, I'm just kind of chit-chatting with you guys, so if you hate this, I'm sorry. I was on my Instagram stories, and I noticed that I hadn't posted a photo since like February 9th, which is like not smart for a social media influencer when that is your job to post like once a month. People had to remind me in my DMs, they're like, it was like 2 weeks ago, it's okay. In which I know, but like still, I should be doing at least like once a week or something. But you know, life happens. I became a mom. I'm still trying to juggle businesses and like I'm trying to start a new one. And it's just like, when do you have time to do all these things? But I do stories. So that's another thing too, is like I was asking my followers like, okay, do you like it when people post every day or like once a week? And a lot of them said every day, but I'm curious if a lot of them were thinking like story wise too, or just photos. I could never post a photo a day. I would have to get ready every single day. I don't get ready every single day at all. Not even close. I think it's so crazy that I hadn't posted that long. So I'm gonna go out and get some content. I'm gonna try to post something maybe today. I'll just post photos of Mason, honestly. I am going to take a little pencil brush real quick and go in with Soothe again and mix a little bit of Ritual Sequin and just toss this right underneath here. Now we're gonna do brows. We're gonna quickly do this, make it nice and simple. Mascara to my bottom lashes, more so on the outer part. I like never wear mascara, so I tossed all of them because mascara goes bad pretty quickly. And I've just been using this one, the Tarte Big Ego, but like I can't tell you if it's good or not because I haven't used it on my top lashes. I need to use this because it was so expensive and I just don't know why I purchased it. It's the Patrick Ta lip pencil in the shade She's Sincere, I think. She's Humble. This is a nice lip liner, but like it's just a little too expensive. If I was going out and buying a lip liner, I would just go buy one from the drugstore. Only because I don't really care as long as it's smooth and creamy. Okay, I'm gonna take this L'Oreal Color Riche Matte lip liner. Yeah, I'm not sure of the shade. Oh, Matte's it. All right, so I'm gonna go into this lipstick from MAC and it is in the color Fleur de Coral. Okay, I'm going into this Hourglass Unreal lipstick or lip gloss in Sublime. Go over really quickly my makeup with a little bit of powder with that NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powder. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Felt like it was quick, but I was probably talking so long. This is a little chatty, get ready with me. You probably didn't come here for car talks, but you know, that's what was on the menu today, at least on my brain. Now I'm gonna take the Urban Decay De-Slick and just set my makeup. That is the look for today, something simple but glowy. I don't even think I mentioned to you what highlighter that I used, and it's from Lorac, and it is in the shade Gilded Lily. Very pretty, very reflective. I love this one so much. It's just so pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below what other videos you'd like to see. I definitely want to do the one where Mason picks my makeup, but I have to like pick out all the makeup and have him pick it all out. There ain't no telling how long that's gonna take. And then I have a few others too. So let me know what you guys want to see. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.